Review Unit 4, Multiply and Divide Powers. So negative 6 times 12x is negative 72x. X to the fifth times x cubed is x to the ninth, right? Because there's a 1 that's missing there. You treat that because we're simplifying just like x, so it's 5 to the fourth. Negative 8y times 2y times y, and negative 8 times 2, negative 16. Those are what? Coefficients. You better know that. And y times y times y, y cubed. Negative 16y cubed. 1 to the fifth to 1/5 squared times 1/5 to the fourth is 1/5 to the sixth. And make sure you have those parentheses. Again, there are some more coefficients. Two negatives make a positive. 56, that's the letter x, not the times symbol. Negative 7x times negative 8y, 56xy. Right? So when we multiply powers, we add the exponents. When we divide powers, we subtract, but we write it like that. So x to the seventh squared is x to the seventh times x to the seventh. You write it out, and then you add the exponents, x to the 14th. Same thing here, negative 2x times negative 2x times negative 2x. Negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. Negative 8. Three negatives make a negative. X times x times x, x cubed. Negative 8x cubed. Find the area of the square, right? To find an area, length times width. 4n times 4n, 16n squared, right? The area of that's supposed to be a square, right? We call x to the second power x squared from the area of a square. Volume, 5, right? Length times width times height, so 5x times x times 14x. 5 times 14 is 70. X times x times x, x cubed, 70x cubed. We take the x to the third power as x cubed from the volume of a cube. There's the coefficient there, so 6 times 1 is 6. Then you're multiplying powers, you add the exponent, so x cubed times x, x to the fourth, y times y squared, y cubed. 9 times 3 is 27. X to the negative fifth times x to the seventh, you add the exponents, you get x squared. So we express your answer with positive exponents, all right? So y to the negative ninth times y to the fourth, you add the exponents and you get y to the negative fifth, but you're not allowed to leave it that way. You're going to flip it and make it 1 over y to the fifth. That's one way to get there. Most people like that way. Otherwise, you write y to the fourth, and then you flip this down here, y to the ninth. You cancel those, and you still get the same answer, 1 over y to the fifth. You're going to replace the question mark with the blank, so it's 2 plus blank equals negative 5. So put something in the blank and make sure it's correct. Right? Negative 3 won't work. That'd be negative 1. Let's try something else. Oh, negative 7, right? Y to the negative, oh, it's question mark. Question mark equals negative 7 because y to the negative 7th times y squared is y to the negative 5th. Right, now simplifying that, if they're the same, they become canceled. We have x in the numerator, x over 1 is x. If they're the same, they can be canceled. When nothing's there, you put a 1. This is 1/8 for all values of t. Things that are the same that can be canceled. 6 and 9 are both divisible by 3. So 6 divided by 3 is 2. 9 divided by 3 is 3. So we have 2 over 3x. This is 1/6 times 24x. The 24x is in the numerator. The 6 cancels, becomes a 1. The 24 becomes a 4. This is 4x over 1, but we would always write that as 4x, 4 times x. All the x's cancel on the bottom. You have 5 on the top. It's x to the fifth. Keep this just like x. All the 7's cancel. We have 1/7 left. You could write 1 over 7 to the first, but I think everyone would write 1/7. goes in, 8 divided by 8 is 1, 16 divided by 8 is 2. X squareds cancel. That x becomes 1, right? There's one extra x on the top. This y cancels. There's 3 extra y's on the top. So it's 2x to the first. We'll write x. Y cubed over 1, which is that. Done. How many times larger is 5 to the 6th and 5 to the 4th? That's this problem. All those cancel, and you could say 5 squared, or you could say that's 5 squared, not negative, or 25. So in these, I tend to multiply first. So you multiply the denominators, you get 6 to the 6th. Then we can cancel, and we have 1 extra 6th on the bottom. It's 1/6. We multiply on the top, we get y to the 7th. We get the same exact thing top and bottom, which is the same as y to the 0, or 1 whole. All right, so now at the end of the test, we're going to have negative exponents in those, right? So the positives stay where they are. The negative exponents come down here and do that. There's nothing up there, so there's a 1. It's 1 over y to the 8th. Right? Coefficients stay where they are. 7 divided by 7, 1. 42 divided by 7, 6. Right? Now the x squared stays where it is. The 6 stays where it is. That x to the negative 8th goes up there and becomes that. So this is x to the 10th. And all that's left here is 6. Right? Express your answer with positive exponents. All right? Do these practice. Negative 21, x times x, x squared, right? 7x cubed y times 7x cubed y. You multiply the coefficients, get 49. X cubed times x cubed, x to the 6th, y times y, y squared. Cancel, that becomes a 1, that becomes a 3. These cancel, and 1 extra x there. 3 over 1x, or 3 over x. Multiply. You could cancel these x to the 4th right off the bat if you prefer to do it that way, by the way. But let's do it the slow way. X to the 4th times x, x to the 5th, x to the 4th times x squared, x to the 6th, right? And you have 1x on the bottom, 1 over x. 4 becomes a 1, 24 becomes a 6. Those y's cancel. 1 left on the bottom, 1 over 6y. All right, so we got to flip both of these, right? That goes down here, becomes y cubed. That goes up to the top and becomes y to the first. Now we cancel. And we get 1 over y squared. Okay, 36, 9 divided by 9 is 1, 36 divided by 9 is 4. So that 4 stays, it's a coefficient. The x to the 4th stays where it is. The x to the negative 2nd goes up there and becomes x squared. The y to the 7th stays where it is. The y to the negative 1st goes down here, becomes y to the 1st. Now we multiply. 4 x to the 4th times x squared, x to the 6th, y to the 7th times y, y to the 8th. That's what it simplifies to. Good luck on the test.